In this video, we're running it back on the exotic black toe Union 1's. You might have seen in some old content, I created all Python Jordan Union 1's, but I don't like how they turned out. I want to make a cooler and a much better version. As you can see, everything is Python. On the upper, we got the red, the white, all on the upper and the mid, as well as the black on the wing and the Nike sign. For the upper here is all leather, but for the inside, this is a nice denim canvas that I haven't used before, and I wanted to play around with it. I think the colorway looks very cool, but now what we got to do is stitch all the toe together, wrap that up with the tongue. From there, we're going to be connecting the front to the back. We'll start lasting it up, applying the soles, and we'll have a full-on all Python shoe that I'm really excited to show you. And a real quick sneak peek of what the next video is going to be after this one will be all crocodile Dior 1's. These are going to be awesome, but you got to stay tuned for the next video. So with using thin materials like exotics, for example, we're using Python. I have to back all these materials. So as you can see, white Python for the toe, and I back it with just a nice black leather that I like. It gives it a nice weight, as well as it just doesn't bend down. So normally if I'm using Python and you just use it, it would just fall like that. It would have no strength in it. But with backing it up, it gives it a nice structure and a nice feel when you put your foot inside. So that's what I'm doing for all the Python pieces. That's what I did for all of these upper pieces as well. For the next step, I got this, and I got the toe, the wrapped around toe, and just the middle toe right here. We're gonna be putting that on. I'm just gonna be either taping it or gluing it. I'm not too sure yet because they do flex different ways. I'll be putting that on there. We're just gonna do a double stitch all the way around with normal black thread. From there, that will be ready for the inside liner, and the inside liner is just a very nice thin one because on the liners, I do like just using really thin leathers. It's a lot easier. Also, it feels better on your foot because you don't want to really like thick, heavy leather on your foot. So this is gonna be the leather right here. This is the toe. That's the toe. We're gonna stitch it all together. From there, we will stitch the tongue onto that. As you can see, the tongue is just a simple black and white Python. I think it came out really cool. So we're gonna go to the sewing machine and start stitching it up. All the steps on how to make your own shoe just like this is my shoemaking course, linked down in the description. Definitely join today. It's the holidays. You got all this vacation. Go out there, learn how to make a shoe. It's super fun, super easy, and you'll really enjoy it. So now we are all done with the toe and the tongue, which will be the front. We got the upper, which is the back. Now what we got to do is stitch it all together. Just run a double stitch on each wing with the black thread. From there, we're going to be lasting it up, getting it ready for the sole. But for right now, stitch it up and get it ready for lasting. If you'd wear a pair of sneakers just like this, make sure to smash the like button as well as subscribe. It helps the channel. We're about to hit 20K subscribers. I'm coming out with really awesome sneakers soon. You saw the Dior's. We're going to do some holiday ones as well. But make sure to smash the like button and let's start stitching. Now that the upper's all finished, all that we got to do is last it up. I got my last right here. Last comes first. This is a Jordan 1 mold of the inside of the foot. So this is what your foot looks like on the inside of the shoe. Our bottom lasting board, gonna nail it down to the bottom. Get it all ready to go. From here, we're gonna be covering it up, lacing it up, and then pretty much lasting all the leather all the way on the inside until we have a nice molded upper. So from here, I'm just gonna nail it on and get going. I am now using this glue right here. I used to use barge contact cement, but it was all out of stock, so I got this. I used to use this as well. I think it's a little bit more clear. The barge is like a yellow glue, like a orangey yellow glue. This is more of a clear glue, so I'm using this and gluing it all up. So let's start lasting. So it's all lasted up, ready to go, but I do want to explain what process I went through because this material is really stubborn on this. As you can see, there's a lot more nails than normal. So normally I don't have to use all these nails, but I had to use a lot of them just to mold the toe. Now with this, you obviously got the python and it's backed with a leather. And sometimes whenever you glue it, it could stick together and you're able to last it very nicely. But with this on the edge, it was ripping off. So you have the thin layer of python and it's glued in between, and then you got the layer and it was kind of pulling while lasting. So that's a process that like sometimes you just can't get out of because the glue isn't strong enough for all of that tension and all of that torque on there when you're pulling the leather. So all that I did was I just went small piece by small piece. So that's why there's so many nails right there. Compared to the midsection right here, they're more spaced out because it just more pulls, like the whole leather pulls over. But for right here, I had to go little segment by segment. So maybe you could learn from this if you're ever having problems like this, if you're backing leather and it's, you know, it's being really weird, or this really thin material like python is just ripping and you're having a problem with that. Just take your time, go small piece by small piece. Even some of the nails that you could see right there are almost overlapping each other. That's just because I wanted to get this toe perfect. As you can see, the toe is now really good, ready to go. The sidewall looks very nice. The sidewall on the other side looks very nice. Supposed to look like this good old Jordan, and you got the toe straight on. So that's a process that I went through. You could probably learn from this as well. And at the very end, I just glued it all up, sealed it all there, and the glue is now sealed. But as you can see, I still haven't taken the nails out because I want it to sit a lot more, probably in more like an hour or so, and then I'm ready to go take all the nails out and we're going to the sole. So for right now, I'm going to take all the nails out because we are already waited that hour, so I'm all good. We're going to take them all out, prep the sole, get it all ready to go. From there, we're going to stick them all together. We got a completed shoe. We just got to stitch the midsole together and the shoe is all finished. So the upper is now all lasted up, ready to go. As you can see, there's no nails, but the next step we got to do is skive the bottom, because if you could tell, there's an indentation and it's not as flush as I want it to be. So I'm going to skive it all down, make it nice and flat so it's smooth from the front to the back. Then we'll apply the sole, stitch the mid thread, and we're all done. And I'm skiving it down because I don't want the indentation in it, and when you apply the sole, it'll be all weird, all off. So what I got to do, skive it all down. We'll get the sole all prepped up, ready to go, and before you know it, we got a finished shoe. The upper is now skived and all glued up. The sole is now all glued up, ready to go. Now all we got to do is attach them both together, and before you know it, we got a shoe. It is now the time you've all been waiting for. We got the lasting post and we got the shoe, but we got to delast it. The last is obviously the mold on the inside of the shoe. We got to rip that bad boy out. Now, if you've got to this point, make sure to like, subscribe, blow this video up. I think these came out awesome. Check it out. Like, what do you think? Come on now, right? But let's delast it. Got to put this bad boy on if we can find it. Push it down a little bit. Check it out. Let's pull it out. Smash the like button. If you want to learn how to make a shoe just like this, join my shoemaking course, link down in the description. But boom, there we have it. Union 1 exotic Air Jordan 1s. I think these came out awesome, fantastic. All python, the inside. Now you can get the look at that denim. It's a really nice soft denim on the inside. We got just a normal standard leather. It's like the backside of, like, I guess flat leather, but that's the suede part, so that's the back part. Everything else, obviously, we backed up all the python, but this is what this looks like. Now what we got to do is get some white thread. We got to stitch the midsole, so I'm just going to hand stitch that all the way around, and before we know it, we have a finished product. And just like that, the exotic Union 1s are officially finished. I love how they turned out, the textures, the colors, it all tied together. We use all python all around. For the upper, we use a suede leather, and for the inside, we use a stretchy denim, which I love. It's more of like a canvas denim. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my other videos. I'm going to pop up a video right here. Check check it out. Lots of tips and tricks on how to make your own shoe. Thanks for watching and have a great day.